Welcome back to the Fuck You
Season 1 review.
Yep.
What's up?
So we are jumping back through season 1 of the podcast to explore the gifts that our guest gifted to our whole community.
Right.
How amazing.
I'm so in love. I'm so happy for this.
Also, if like any of this jumps out at you and resonates with you, please go back and listen to the full episodes because
For
they're
real.
like, this is just some of them. There are so many gifts and blessings in those episodes.
Echo.
Yeah.
100%.
So we are jumping into season 1, episode 4, which is Khayt Hanara.
Hey.
She is amazing.
Energy.
So blessed to be able to call her a friend. In her episode, Khayt opens up to us about what it was like growing up with a Mormon upbringing, what it was like to be a single mum at university and being on WINS and what that experience was like for her, and also what her current community looks like through her work whānau.
Which really like changed my views around what work is, because I feel like I was getting to a point where work wasn't whānau.
Yeah. She gifted us stories about how she rebuilt her village or reconnected and sought out how to build your village.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing.
Yes. And one of our her first gems, actually, she was unpacking a story that she was still unpacking at that time. And this was the first gem that we really took a lot away from.
Mostly because I didn't want to feel weak. And I felt that admitting trauma and ridicule made me a weak person. And it wasn't until like now I'm like, actually, I'm going to own that. Just I was weak for not speaking up and not necessarily speaking up and fighting against someone else, but actually just speaking up for me. Like, you don't get to say that to me and get away with it. I don't deserve to be told that I'm a horrible person. I don't deserve to take this ridicule and stuff like this, because I'm a good person and I need what I need to learn and grow.
And that whakaaro, we believe, links well with this next piece on calling it out.
How dare you make me scared for my life? Like, how dare you tell me that I'm not who I am? Like, I am who I am. You can't dispute who I am.
We believe those first 2 pieces bridge together this final piece on wayfinding.
Made the decision to go back because that's the person I wanted to be. That even though we didn't get along, if someone needed me, I should be there.
Honestly, thank you so much, Khayt. Like, seriously, wow.
Gems on gems on gems.
What's the tohu or koha for you?
I think for me, it's like we get to choose who we want to invest our time into, and we have the gift of discernment of, I understand that right now that this environment might not be the best place for me to be, but I'm actively choosing to be there because of the connection that I have with this person. Yeah.
No, yeah, I echo that. For me as well, time is a construct, and also time in this reality is very much like sacred to me. So if I feel like we're always spending our time reminiscing on all the bad stuff and reminiscing on all the past that has nothing to do with the moment that I'm with you, then that's like, to me, that's me giving my time away to something that I have no interest in.
Yeah. And I think like with Khayt, her taking her power back in that space and saying, I know that, you made me scared for my life. And this was after that. Like, how amazing to be like, I chose to go back, but then I also chose to leave. Yeah. And having the strength to speak up about that choice to leave as well. I think we often focus on the good things about life, blah, blah, blah. But actually there's opportunity for connection through vulnerability when we speak our truth like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm just so grateful that Khayt was willing and like trusted us to have that conversation. Yeah. I think also like that conversation just echoed for me that I have a choice on who I want to spend my time with and who I want to invest my energy into. So like there's some people that I used to hang out with all the time that when in that time, in that space of my life, it was amazing and I really enjoyed it. But now I know that I have the choice that I don't have to hang out with those people anymore. And just because I did once doesn't mean that I have to now.
Delicious.
Yeah, because I know that when I hang out with them, I just feel like shit.
You what?
I feel like shit, mate.
Oh, mate. Blimey.
Yeah, but having the gift of discernment to make that call now. Yeah.
And see, I really like the way that you talk about discernment because it is like everybody has that gift. Everybody has that gift.
Yeah.
And regardless of how it might affect your environment or how it might affect the people, I mean, no one else can discern for you. Even though, like, I think for me as well, and being inspired by what you are saying, I feel like for me, the conversation is always like, there was a time in my life, which I love 100%. So I'm just going to front load it by saying I loved not knowing that I had discernment. I did not love blaming other people for my lack of understanding of my discernment.
Yeah.
I don't shame myself for that though. Like, and that's the difference. That's the difference right now where I'm like, I don't shame myself for the choice that I made.
Yeah.
Or the unconscious choice that I made. And that's the part, like, that's where I feel like is the distance between me and the me that people met probably earlier this year.
Yeah.
Or earlier last year, or, you know, and it's interesting that people who know me are willing to still hold on to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that's your story, like, of me, and I have nothing.
Yeah.
I have nothing there.
That's your story of me. Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you so much, Khayt. Like, this is something that I feel like I would listen to and I would still get different, like at different points in my life, I'd probably be like, yeah, I'm not standing in my truth.
Yeah, for sure.
Binaka.
Thank you.
So this is only a few of the mini like golden nuggets that dropped for Khayt's episode. So if you want to check out the full episode, please don't hesitate to look us up on Instagram, Facebook, as well as FAQ on Google. We're there. We're not on the FAQ. You just type us in and we're there. And also please like, subscribe, and share. Like, I don't like doing that stuff myself yet. I totally see the benefit of sharing Khayt's message.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm so here for that. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm here for sharing positivity and the energy that she's willing to vibrate through us and with us. I'm like, yeah, I'll like subscribe and share for that.
Yeah. Growth zone for us. 100%. Shameless self-promotion. Yeah. But with the intention of sharing other people's stories, not ours.
100%. Yeah. The fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Very much.
See you later, crew.
Bye.